Like it,
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna help you be subscribers. Because everyone needs to hear you. I feel like all young brothers need to hear that. Because it's so powerful, it's giving you chills. But I never feel like that. Yeah, I'm already live, but I just got the screen up. I wrote my first not cliche everything, not this. Like my story was like I really like to show like the happiness, like showing what you do. I want to get into that. Hoping that I'm gonna do that and go back. I got the red here, I got production, I got everything, boom mic, everything. That's what I do. And that look good. Watch you see what I do. Look at that. We're gonna bring it to the level. Right? And I feel like the world, like you need to be $1 billion followers, blue check. There's no one you can go right. Like I never took more like you. Like I just want to keep learning from you and hearing all those songs and doing that. Nah, bro. Like I'm like I was just telling people, I'm like, yo, I'm so blessed to be able to talk about making a big round table. We want to have like older gentlemen and have younger gentlemen from the hood. We want to have younger gentlemen from the political science, like all around. I really want to be passionate about it, like bringing like people like you and young men can see that like this is the top level you can get. I know it's such a good year that younger guys. I want to break it, like how far we can go and stay resilient. Trust me, everything I'm acting up. Hey, I text you. I don't think I have. What you the phone with my film, you can be getting Netflix for Hulu. This is like bigger than we like. Get used to it. You make the beat where all these black people pick up the game. What you got? Like, what you doing? I see, that's why I said we the perfect. We the perfect. We gonna be the. I'll take this off my back. Yeah. Nah, I got you. Yeah, we gonna talk.
All right, how you doing, ladies? How you doing, sisters? Okay, I'm feeling these lines again. On a scale of 1 to 10. 1 meow, 10 means all that. So yellow, what number are you?
I missed it, man.
Huh?
I missed it. The drink.
Oh, the video? They ain't played yet.
Yes.
They just played it.
Oh, I ain't see it.
Yeah, they just played the drink.
Oh, I was so good. I ain't see it.
I didn't even know they had. I didn't know y'all did a second.
Oh yeah, I did one for every day.
Well, I pretty much.
Oh, you saw the pictures? Oh, you ain't see it. I'm gonna
Nah, I
text
didn't
you.
see. I saw the end of it.
What's
that?
Oh yeah, I'm watching.
At the camera back there. Say hi to the stars out there online. Hi to the stars. We love you, those who are watching and participating online. But this is our 12th annual Black Women's Roundtable Women of Power National Summit. Today is all about being what? Healthy, wealthy, and wise. It's about really pouring in mind, body, and spirit. We're going to mix up a little today things we weren't able to complete because the spirit just took over. The spirit took over. And sometimes you just got to be obedient, and we did. And I thank everyone for those adjusting to those realities. So we're going to have our moderator right here. So we will move to inspiration from someone who for Black Women's Roundtable and all over this country, please don't do introduction, because she's a spiritual powerhouse. She's a part of Black Women's Roundtable, and we were trying to figure out what we were going to do with it and how we were going to try to shape it so it could be a vessel for Black women to be not just empowered, but own our power. So it is a delight for me to introduce to some and just bring my sister up to great inspiration, Reverend Dr. Zena Pierre, who's the senior pastor of Bethel Restoration Church, Rondo, Maryland. Can we bring our sister up? Please. Yes.
Praise the Lord, everybody. Praise the Lord, everybody. I just need you to take a moment. I know you're eating and everything, but put your hand in front of your face for a quick second. Now blow on your hand. Let everything that have breath praise the name of the Lord. Come on, somebody. Come on and praise the Lord. I know it's been a high time all this week. I wish I was here. I was in Orlando. I thank God that I'm here today. And come on and let's just celebrate our leader, Melody Campbell. Your praise and your clapping is really weak this morning. In fact, why don't you just stand up and give God praise for this gift, because it is because of this gift that we are here. Amen. Amen. I know this is the last day, and my time. Half a day tomorrow, amen. That's right, because I normally come on Sundays. That's right. So a half a day tomorrow, but we just want to take a few moments. I think I have about 10 minutes still to just share a little bit. Want to just honor all of you for being here. It takes a lot to buy a ticket, purchase a hotel room at the National Gaylord, a beautiful hotel, and go next door and drop your revenue into the shops over here. We're grateful for that, I'm sure. It takes a lot, but that's what Black women do. I remember Dr. Height often saying that Black women, we may not always do what we want to do, but we do what we must do. And so that's exactly what you have done over these last few days leading up to tomorrow. I just want to share a couple of things with you, and I'm going to get out of your way. Thank you again, Melanie and Tanya, for the invitation to the board of this great organization, and in memory also of Brother Tommy. We just thank God for your presence here today, and I'm grateful on behalf of Bethel Restoration Church to be with you. Good to see you, Pastor Bill, and thank you to Pastor Judith for being so gracious and hosting me at the table, and always good to see Dee Marshall, and her mama is somewhere in the audience, and so just want to send some love there and to all of you. If you would go with me really quickly, I thank the Lord for even my good friend, Dr. Barbara Perkins. So good to see her. She fired it up, I heard, and all of you just showed out yesterday. So I promise you I'm going to try to be subdued today. Pastor Bill already told me to chill out and don't get too crazy in here. Don't fire up nobody. Don't tell anybody to say much, because we got to get out of here, Dr. Avis. And so in the book of 2 Kings, in the 8th chapter, good to see you, Miss Jones. I call her Miss Jones. But if you go with me in the book of 2 Kings, I just want to encourage you for a little bit. If you go to the 8th chapter, beginning with the very first verse, and we'll read through the six verses. This is a very familiar scripture of the Shunammite woman, and I want to go somewhere with this to encourage you. The word of the Lord reads, "Now Elijah had said to the Shunammite woman, whose son he had restored to life, 'Prepare and go, you and your household, and stay temporarily wherever you can, for the Lord has called for a famine, and moreover, it will come on the land and continue for 7 years.'" If anybody knows biblically, 7 years means completion. It means the end of a thing. It means a divine closure of some things that God is doing in your life and in my life. And I don't know about you, but I want want to say that this is my due season of the 7th year. Can I get a witness in here today? There's 5 seasons of the year, if you don't know it. It's winter, spring, summer, fall, and then it's due season. Anybody ready for a due season in your life at this point in time? And so here the word says in verse 3, at the end of the 7 years, the woman returned from the land of the Philistines to the king of Israel for her house and for her land. I need somebody to put a pin there, because there are many of us who have been dealing with things that the enemy has snuck and stolen out of your hands. And God has said that this is your season and your time to go to the king and get back what belongs to you. Can I get a witness of a clap in this place today? Some of you have lost your peace and you got to go get it back. Some of you have lost your joy and you're telling the enemy, no more, no more. And so here in this 4th verse, I'm trying to rush this thing. I wish I could really treat the text, but I know I got now 7 minutes. And now the king was talking to Gehazi, the sneaky, tricky one, the servant of the man of God, saying, see how this tricky one was a servant to Elisha, the water pourer of Elijah. And oftentimes we see that we have people sometimes around us that don't necessarily have our agendas at heart. But God can still use a sneaky person. God can still use someone that was backbiting and backstabbing and lying and speaking around you. And he can still use that person for your good. Anybody ever been in that place where God used somebody that was the enemy you thought, but God used that thing to turn some things around for you, and they had to be the carrier? Sometimes the enemy will use people thinking that he's using it against you, but ultimately they become your glory carrier. Y'all quiet in this place this morning. I don't have much time, but tell me, he says, all the great things that Elijah has done. And just as Gehazi was telling the king how Elijah had restored the dead light of this woman's son, and he had restored to life and appealed to the king for her house and for her land. Yes, Gehazi, the tricky one, he was the one that turned her away when she initially came to Elisha when she lost her son. And here now, the same Gehazi has to be used by God to speak on her behalf and to speak well on her behalf. And so here in this close of the scripture, glory to your name, God, in verse 5 it says, and just as Gehazi was telling the king of Elisha, had restored the dead to life and had restored her son, and Gehazi said, my lord, O king, this is the woman and this is her son whom Elisha restored to life. And when the king had asked the woman, she told him everything. So the king appointed for her a certain high official, saying, restore, I need y'all to holler back at me, restore everything that was hers. Oh, y'all missed this thing. They missed it, doctor. Restore, he said, restore everything that was hers. Anybody missing anything here lately that the enemy has been coming after and causing you to be spiritually bankrupt? Trying to push through life like we always do, pretending, because we know how to do that well as women, particularly Black women. We know how to take the hits and keep it moving. Hallelujah. And he says, restore everything that was hers, including all the produce of the field since the day that she left until now. And I began to look at statistics, Melanie. I got 4 more minutes, right? Because I know you're about to hit hook on me. She said 3. And I was looking at the scripture, see, I was looking at the scripture, and God was showing me a few things in the scripture, because as Black women, we know how to carry the water without getting wet. We know how to take the hits and the bruises you can't see. And here this woman of God was going through something. She had lost her son, and the son that she didn't even ask for in the first place. But God used Elijah to release this baby, and now the baby is dead, and now he's say, neighbor, don't panic, just go get it back. Who am I talking to in this place today? Tell your neighbor, don't panic, just go get it back. Some of you have lost some things, and some of you have surrendered some things. And God is saying,
I know you folks. I'm like, listen.
What the posture has been, all you need to do is take authority over that thing and go get it back.
You good.
And so let me leave you with 3 things, and I'm out of your way. Number 1, release the weight and reset your focus. Some of us carry the weight of the weight. The weight of the weight. We're waiting for God to do something, and it's heavy. Oh yes, it's heavy because whatever you are carrying, there is going to feel like a burden. Anybody in here been pregnant before? And there's a weight that you carry. Before the water is released, before the baby is released, before the door opens up for opportunities, there's always resistance, but your persistence will break the resistance of the devil. Do I have a witness in here today? And so you have to release the weight and reset your focus. Don't let the what if affect you. Because she understood that she didn't have time to look at the worst of her situation, but she had to believe in God for the best of it. So you need to understand that your current condition is not the conclusion of the matter. God has more for you, so don't panic. Some of us are looking at our bank accounts right now saying, oh my God, how am I going to do this thing? I came all the way here to DC, and I don't even know how I'm going to pay my bills when I get back. Don't panic. Get your joy back. Secondly, divine recompense and restoration is your portion. No, secondly, it's all in your response. I missed over that trying to rush. It was all in her response that allowed her to get access to what God had for her. And sometimes, beloved, we panic in our responses instead of praying. We panic in how we handle things instead of giving God the praise. We panic because we see the social ills of this world and we don't know how we're going to do it all with just one. But your one and your one and your one and your one in here adds up to a mighty force to be reckoned with. And so it's all in your response when the enemy comes and tries to take and steal your joy, because God is saying in this season, even as we are in the season of Lent, that the resistance will come, but your response will break those barriers. And finally, recompense. Do you understand what recompense means? That means that you'll get back what you lost. You'll get back more than what you lost. And with recompense comes restoration. Anybody want restoration in this place? You've been talking about reclaiming and reimagining. Well, if you want to reclaim and reimagine, you got to be in divine position in order to receive it. And so be encouraged today. Don't panic about what you see, because what you saw is not going to be what you see in your future. So you can't be stuck on the saw. You gotta be in a place where you trust God with the things that you cannot see. That's called hope. And so I can't treat this thing and I gotta go. But I just want to just give God praise and say, I'm not gonna panic in this season. I'm not gonna panic in this season. I need you to say it really loud. I'm not gonna panic in this season, but I'm gonna go get back what God has given me. I'm not gonna lose my joy. I'm not gonna lose my peace. I'm not gonna lose my salvation. I'm not gonna lose my children. I'm not gonna lose my job. I'm not gonna panic about this thing, but I'm gonna trust God. Come on, God, come on, let's go. Come on, Reverend. You know, y'all just pray for me, but I had to do that to anoint it so I don't get hit back by God. I got to hold the paper. Okay, come on, this one thing.
Right. Forget about y'all. Let me know how much you love that. Thank you, Jesus. Okay, can we get some? Go ahead and reach that. Let's say, where did he play? Where did he play? All right, okay. So, thank you, Zena, on a serious note, for those words. I know there was much more that could have been said, but we know. So thank you again. So it is now my again pleasure to allocate the duties more formally today. I want to be more formal about who is our moderator of the hour.
I needed
today.
that.
So I'm going to read a few things from her bio, April Ryan. And it says on here, meet April, mother, White House correspondent, CNN political analyst, DC bureau chief for the Griot, author and speaker. But the first thing said, mother. All the rest. And they talked about the womb yesterday. I ain't preaching, so I ain't gonna try again. So whether we use the womb or we got to figure out our womb, we all are mothers in so many ways. But as a wife, look, here's the thing with April. This is really important to know. As a White House correspondent, April has a unique vantage point as the only Black female reporter covering urban issues from the White House. A position she has held for 26 years. 26. Quarter of a century. Being in that place, whether it's Republican or Democrat, she has been there pushing and making sure that we are there right there with her. That Black America, most especially, is right there with her. And we could be in the room. She's making sure the things that we want asked from those folks that sit on that podium, concerns that we may have going on in our community. She has been just more than the word excellent and not strong enough. So to keep the hour tighter, I would say much more. But we will bring on our sister April Ryan, who will model election for us today.
Somebody walking by, you go to two. We'll stay on one.
Happy Women's History Month, ladies. Okay, hold on.
Get it? You make it show you looking at the people. Like, look at them, see it's touch. Come on.
We just heard about restoration and recompense.
Relax.
You know, for those of you working here, you missed it. When we talk about recompense, reverence in the field. I'm the longest serving Black female White House correspondent in history. Coming from Baltimore, Maryland. And ladies, you were putting your hands out praying for me at that time when we didn't think I was going to make it. But you talk about recompense, there you go right there. That's enough. With that said, happy Black Women's History Month. And ladies, let me tell you something. We were coming down here, and I saw this statuesque, beautiful. I said, my fiance was here last night, in case y'all just know. So look, I saw the statuesque, beautiful. I said, and I'm out giving Black women their flowers. For those of you who know, last night I had a wardrobe malfunction, but it was all right. Sisters, help me. You remember? Yes, Tanya, you remember. And Tanya looked good in her Gucci necklace that's I'm gonna take there. I saw you go. But one thing this moment does, it helps us appreciate one another. I want you to stand up. Stand up. Avis Jones-DeWeese, she was walking in these fly shoes and this cape that says Queen. Come on, turn around, let them see. Queen. That's what this moment is today, for us to realize the perch that we all sit on. Hello? Our queendom. So once again, I'm going to come to you this Saturday afternoon. We have an assistant secretary, deputy secretary. I'm going to come to you once again and say, stand up, show them Show them your back. Let me see. Yes. Happy Black Women's History Month. This Saturday afternoon. There you go. With that, we're going to start this program. We got a group of people who drove a long way. They got to get on the bus. Listen, Alabama. Okay. We know you got to go back. Before you go. Well, we heard you got to go back now, but Melanie changed it. But we want, because of all this restoration, new perch of Queen Dome, all of this, we want to give you this emerging leaders presentation. We think this is the moment for it. We welcome you to the stage, Black Girl Power.
Can y'all clap real quick for what's about to happen? So we need all the girls from Black Girl Power to make their way, girl power, make your way over to that side. I'm sorry, I'm left, you're right. I'm listening to me, y'all know what I'm doing. So we're gonna cue this up, right there. So can you cue up here? We're gonna give you guys a snapshot. I'm Michelle, the Indie Mama Comedy, the curator of the Girl Power track, and we've had an amazing time with them. They've done Acacia Houston, and so many other young women have helped us. But we want to give y'all a snapshot of what we've done since Thursday night. So can y'all go ahead and keep that up?
There you go. Go to camera too. Oh, you go there. Oh, go get
With my face turned to the sun, weight on my shoulder, oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I had to run. We gave y'all a snapshot, just a quick snapshot, because we didn't really want y'all in our business like that, so we just gave y'all a snapshot. But in the meantime, we want to get those young women up here onto the stage. So Liv, let's do what we do.
Hello everyone, I am Liz Duncan. I'm an organizer and communications coordinator with Georgia Stand Up, as well as the Black Youth Vote Georgia State Coordinator. And some of you may have heard this chant, I call it an affirmation, when we went to the Capitol, but these young girls got it down pat. Y'all ready? I said I love being black. 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 I love the color of my skin. Cause it's the skin that I'm in. I said I love black women. I said I love black women. I love the texture of her hair. And I'm gonna rock it everywhere. I said I love being black. I said I love being black. I love the color of my skin. Cause it's the skin that I'm in. I said I love black girls. I said I love black girls. I love the texture of our hair. And we gon' rock it everywhere. Do y'all love being black?
And so now, just like y'all did, we did everything y'all did our way, right? And so we have some things we want to share with y'all on how we did what we did. So, first things first, let y'all get up here. All right. Can we just clap for them first things first? Everybody from Reset, stay on stage. Everybody else, come the other ones leave the stage so Reset can have their space. Let's go quickly, ladies. Reset, you stay up here. Wherever you are. Reset, stay up here. All right. So there's microphones behind y'all. I know you get a chance to rehearse in here, but y'all got this. And I'm gonna start this thing off like we said. Ain't nobody tell y'all to sit down? I know it's part of it, I'm just messing with you. All right. Y'all ready? There's my phone.
This is phenomenal.
Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3, reset! 1, 2, 3, reset!
We outside.
One more time, 1, 2, 3, reset!
We outside.
Let's go.
I'm so excited. This helps. This helps.
What's wrong with this generation?
With every new generation, it's always new distractions. Sometimes as grown women, we forget to stay in touch with our inner child.
Black girls are forced to grow up too early from different experiences. Heal that little girl in you who the world can protect. Find joy, find balance, and definitely find peace.
With this being said, we want to remind you, ladies, to never forget that little girl inside you that loves to laugh, be free, and even sometimes be silly. It's okay to be childish sometimes in order to heal
Your childhood trauma.
Y'all give it up for reset. All right. All right, come on up here, rejuvenate. Make your way quickly. And y'all have microphones as well. All right. 1, 2, 3, rejuvenate. One more time. 1, 2, 3, rejuvenate. Let me in the back. 1, 2, 3, rejuvenate. With ambition and purpose. Let's go.
Rejuvenate, to revitalize or give new energy to. This is going to be a fun, short story about wit, ambition, and purpose.
Welcome to the 2020 Line Dance Competition. Are you guys ready for this? Okay, let's go backstage to see what the contestants are doing.
Guys, everybody's here. I know. We're gonna push through like we do always. But we're not ready yet. We haven't even practiced that much. Okay. Don't blame it on me, it's my side.
Well, welcome back to the 2020 Line Dance Competition. Are you guys ready to see the fun? All right. Wasn't that nice?
Yeah.
Let's see what the judges think.
So, everybody did perfect, but unfortunately, there only has to be one winner.
And the winner is the Dudley sisters.
Give it up for Rejuvenate. All right, Reimagine. Let's go. Make your way, Reimagine. Make your way. Make your way. All right. Let them hear it. 1, 2, 3. Reimagine. Say it real loud for the people in the back. Reimagine. We get to the bag. One more time. Reimagine. We get to the bag. Let's go.
Taking place in the car industry. Action.
Hey,
Hello, welcome to Cameron Toyota.
we're looking for a 2023 Toyota Kia.
You have a first coach?
It's right here.
Is this just you?
No, it's ours.
Y'all are not qualified for a car right now.
Okay.
Hey y'all, this is my first car.
How'd you do that?
Girl, first of all, y'all need to start spending all that money y'all don't have. Then y'all need to look into getting my family plan.
I've been on my family plan since I was 13 years old.
Come on, y'all, let's go to the investment convention.
Now we'll take a trip to the investment convention.
Hi, we're Google. You can visit our company for $1 off and you get a 5% return. We are after you should invest in us because
You pay $7. Later, you can sell your stock and we can give you money.
We're Nike, and if you invest in us, you get 15% of the money that you pay.
we're Starbucks. If you invest $1.25, we put in our stocks. We'll give you 10% of our commission.
Okay, I think I was listening all of y'all. You see how quick we just reimagined that? Now that we told you how to build your credit and get more return, get to the bag, sis.
Now you know it's time to resist. Make your way up to the stage, resist. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Your microphone's right behind you. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. Resist. One more time for the people in the back. 1, 2, 3. Resist. Last time for the people with their holy minds. 1, 2, 3. Resist. Let's go.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, my name is Kimberly Smith, and our word is resist. Today we have 3 leaders who have created a change in society. 3 Black women. As you know, it's a Black woman behind everything. Resist is having the ability to notice something, the comfort to do something, the want to change something. Please clap for our first guest.
A writer, an activist, and the author of AI Woman. Though it's not common for my so being able to read and write wasn't common among my people. I found a way to express my truth. Resisting through art was a way of changing the way women like me express themselves. We are always a woman.
Next, we have another great leader. Come on, my name is Claudette Coleman. I was a young woman that smart. I was a young woman
that sparked the civil rights movement. I was arrested for refusing to get up from my seat and move to the back of the bus. March 2nd, 1955. That's 6 months before Rosa Parks. Though I didn't get as much attention as Rosa did, I still inspired her to do the same as me and become the mother of the civil rights movement.
Last but certainly not least, we have a younger activist and a teacher of the Black Women Conference, Leah Duncan.
I am good from as a senior in college, I organized and participated in protesting concerning housing for students at the Atlanta University Center in Atlanta, Georgia. Although I didn't even live on campus, I felt as though more could be done to resist the unfair treatment of those people.
All right, ladies, let's give it up for our girl power panel.
All right, thank you so much.
As we have heard about many of these incredible Black women, we would like to say when you feel any type of action needs to be taken in your community, start the change. Start with your friends, your school, your neighbors, and take it to the mayor and the state government. Don't let what the white men say and what people's feelings affect your power and your change for your community. And remember, we always got the receipts.
All right, give it up. All right, last group. We gotta ask, come on up here quickly, ladies. Come on, act your happiness. And on your way up, 1, 2, 3, act. 1, 2, 3, act. Let's go. Y'all grab the microphones? Let's go.
Oh my gosh, look, it's water leaking from the ceiling.
Why is it leaking like
I agree. I got your back. You got my back? When student rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. What is going on? Are y'all mad? Yes. Are y'all tired? Yes. Let's take to the streets.
Wait. Before we do that, first we need to make sure we organize, strategize, and mobilize.
What do we do? Stand up, fight back. When student rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. When student rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. I am Anaya Mine, a senior at Howard University, and I organized the Black Bar Takeover, a 34-day-long protest that helped to advocate for better issues for students on my campus in the fall of 2021.
A senior at Plenary University. I organized the Atlanta Student Movement Takeover in fall 2021 to demand quality life for our students.
We're going to have our support. This is what we did for the last 2.5, 3 days, y'all. If you don't understand right now, we know how to reset, rejuvenate, we know how to reimagine, we know how to disseminate, y'all ready? Let's go.
I
Ron DeSantis needed to be in this room. They were talking about Claudette Cole and history. Not just Ron DeSantis, that former White House press secretary who happens to be the governor of Arkansas, Sarah Huckabee Sanders. She talked about freedom, and then talked about banning last dance and CRT, and they're not even teaching CRT in Arkansas school. So that's a whole other thing. So moving on, we're not gonna make this political. But once again, we want to thank Black Girl Power, emerging leaders presentation. That was amazing. We're going to do a little shifting in the program right now, but because of people out to get you up. We thank you for that. It was very inspiring. We'd like to bring to the stage Sean Wiggins, Associate Vice President, External Affairs, Comcast, NBC University.
There we go. Good afternoon, everyone. So thank you all for having us here. I know I have the part of the program where we bring a little bit of foreign sponsor remarks, but I just wanted to take a moment just to share with you how delighted we are at NBC Universal to continue to partner with you guys, continue to partner with Melanie, and continue to be on a number of initiatives to help advance many of our people in our communities. So with that, I want to say it is my pleasure to return to be with you guys once again. It's not lost on me as I sit in this space that we are here in this space that's sacred to Black women. And I'm honored and delighted to be welcomed into the sacred space with women leaders who work every day to encourage full participation in citizens in their democracy. At Comcast, we understand that without partners like National Coalition of Black Civic Participation and the Black Women's Roundtable, leaders like Melanie Campbell, who is leading this work every day, and each of the leaders that sit in this room, we have no chance of collectively shaping that very free democracy, or one without one in which there are unlimited possibilities. So basically, we want to see a society where we have the full breadth of our identities and our existence recognized. At Comcast, we believe that to achieve this goal, all Americans need to have access to digital equity, access and the ability to leverage digital skills and technology in education, civic participation, entrepreneurship, and everyday life. This is why for more than a decade, we have been working with trusted partners, leaders, businesses, and government to help millions of Americans and low-income families connect to the internet and technology they need to participate in the world. This began with our landmark Internet Essentials program, which started almost 12 years ago, providing low-cost internet options at $9.95 per month. But over the course of last year, we committed to participating in the
I think it's like another hour.
So essentially, our company, along with a number of other companies, agreed that we would create a low-cost option that qualifies under a $30 subsidy from the federal government.
Shout out to YouTube University. Best teacher I've had. Found the dude, told me everything about it, brought it. Now we have live streaming to my person. Yeah, it's fun too. It's fun. I never knew this was a job until I started helping my church with production. I'll come back and show you. Yeah, that's the time I said about flip it up. I did a documentary on him. Dope. Flip my sabotage. You know, got ass touch. So it's cool, but it ain't to my standards. I love it. I wouldn't be where I'm at without it. Motivate me every day.
We're continuing to provide grants and nonprofit community organizations.
It's on my notes.
create opportunities for local Americans, particularly in media, arts and technology, and entrepreneurship. In order for all of our students to access these resources, though, we know that we must leverage our community partners, our community leaders, our clergy, our educators, our activists, to evangelize the importance of digital equity as an essential skill that's necessary.
Nah, ain't no DJ there.
Last year when I stood on the stage before you, I was only
Yeah, get that experience. You feel like, yo, you got a live stream an event. You know how to set it up. And the good thing about live streaming, like if I see you or some shit, I can set up everything online from my house. And all you gotta do is just press go live. So you wouldn't be like, you have to learn. That's why. Always stay on one. Only go to two when it's cuts.
And so over the course of this year, we want to continue to partner with many of the organizations in this room, have a lovely conversation with Dura just a few minutes ago about what she's doing on ACP healthcare space. I have the great pleasure of working with the Reverend Siobhan Bradley, as well as Janice Mathis over here at ECW, as they're continuing to work to raise ACP awareness in this country. And of course, Melody Campbell, Tanya, and the rest of the staff here are also great partners that we're working with. So as we are continuing to work towards a more equitable future for our communities, please consider these continue to be a resource to you in this fight. With that, I'm going to help the stage. So you guys are going to do the rest of the time. But thank you so much and have a great
It's always great to hear from sponsors, and it's important that there are sponsors, right?
Stay wide.
Right? It's important. Let me say that again.
So they get up.
It's important that there are sponsors, because if there weren't sponsors, right, you wouldn't. I mean, granted, we have this beautiful flower wall, right? We got these TV screens and all that stuff. That's the aesthetic. But if we didn't have sponsors, we wouldn't have the kind of substance and encouragement to keep going. So we thank the sponsors for coming forward and continuing to support Melody Campbell, the Black Women's Roundtable. It's so important. And now we would like to bring to the stage someone from the current administration. The Obama administration is here and look, not the Obama, the Obama. I did a Korean jump here when she came back from what trip was it? She was in the briefing room. She said Obama. She said we can't go back. We gotta move forward. So I'm gonna say that too. But you know, Biden came out of Obama, so you don't know what it is. You take it. All right. So we have greatness. A Black woman heading housing and urban development, right? Housing is the key for us to have wealth, for us to have prosperity, home ownership. We have a community of renters, and we are pushing for home ownership because you can leverage a college education and entrepreneurship off of that home. And with that said, I want to bring to the forefront from the Joe Biden administration. His name is Joe. He wears aviators, the Ray-Bans. I know what I'm talking about. I know who I ask questions.
Oh yeah.
It's a flashback. We're bringing to the stage Deputy Secretary HUD, Adrian Todd. Welcome.
Can you hear me? Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, and greetings from the Obama.
All right, now.
All of us. No, thank you very much, April, for that introduction. It has been great to sit in this space with you for the past hour So let's hear it for the youth that was up here. That was, whenever I see young people do their thing, I always feel we're going to be okay, right? We are going to be okay. I want to thank the Black Women's Roundtable, not just for bringing us together, but also for making sure that we have the opportunity to just chill, right? Be with each other, lean on each other. I have been in and around working with the Black Women's Roundtable for some years now. And I have found it's always been a place where folks could be real, right, and get things done. And I want to thank this lady over here, Melanie Campbell, for her extraordinary leadership, for everything she does, seen and unseen, all the things that she's doing to just keep not just Black women, but all of this country on the right path. I thought we know a little bit about women of power. I bring greetings from our fabulous and fierce secretary, Marcia Fudge. Let's hear it for my secretary. But surrounding the secretary, we also have a sister who is our chief of staff. One of the most powerful positions in any department. We have another sister, Elaine Fargo, who is the president.
No, I had to wipe you go, but you heard me.
Which is not a
You fine.
million or billion, but it's $1 trillion enterprise that's made sure that the first-time
Oh, you good.
homeowners that we put in homes have a solid financial undergirth to make sure that banks give in money so that we can have first-time homeowners. And while I am the 12th Deputy Secretary of Budget, I am the first Black woman to ever hold this position. And I thank not just the President and the Vice President,
On there?
but I thank our Secretary for being focused and dedicated to make sure
I was on
that
24.
she wanted and where she wanted to help our communities. And let's talk a little bit about that. I'm going to speak a little bit from today's theme, but
4,000?
to be healthy and healthy,
Sure, I switched in my shoe.
it is wise to invest in housing. Because I heard the Reverend say this earlier about finding peace. There is nothing, I think, that has us lose our peace if we don't know where we're going to lay our heads that night. If we don't know where our children and our grandchildren, and our neighbors, our sisters and brothers, if there's anything that disturbs our ability to have peace and joy, it's not having a home. And so one of the things that we are doing is trying to make sure that not just folks that just get a home, but we don't lose the home that you have, because we know it's so precious. The last administration, whose name shall not be called, did some damage to her. And one of the things that the secretary told us, and I'll lift up the reference word again, she told us, go get back. Go get back what's the true mission of this department, so that we center it around the needs of the folks who need our support now more than ever. And last week, one of the things that we did, the whole administration did, is that we produced our 2024 budget. Now, a lot of people say a president's budget is dead on arrival, it's really the Congress that does the heavy lifting. But this budget is a demonstration of this president and our amazing vice president's values. It centers on people. It centers on communities. And at PUD, what that means is that our president has proposed a historic $150 billion to help end-to-end people who are living on the streets to those who want to aspire to home ownership. And that's a budget. But we've also been doing something for the last 2 years. We went back to the early days of the pandemic, I talked about people not using their homes. We sent out $40 billion to make sure that people could pay their rent who lost their jobs during the pandemic. $40 billion. We kept
So she will put her
millions
head right
of
in the
people
Go to camera too.
in their homes. On top of that, we know that there are folks who own their homes who also had hard times during the pandemic, and so HUD helped 2 million homeowners keep their homes. When we talk about peace, I know that's the kind of peace that your federal government has a responsibility to bring. And I'm proud of the administration that made sure that when we got those funds, that we worked quickly to get those monies out the door. And some of those monies are still out there. In fact, if you are a homeowner in this room or watching, and you have a loan with FHA, Federal Housing Administration, there's so many tools that we have to help you keep your home from forbearance, so you can pause your payments, all the way to restructuring your mortgage. So if you're struggling right now and you have a home with us, please reach out to us. Please reach out to HUD and we can help you. But we couldn't stop there. We knew that we had to do more than just keep people in their homes. So we sent out billions of dollars rather, to build new housing units. One of the reasons
I got you, bro.
housing is expensive here, the DC area,
I got you, bro.
where you are. One of the reasons
If I say it, it's just me, so that's just natural. I said if I say it, it's just natural me just saying it. It ain't like
I do it to my mom all the time. I'm like, Mom, you got to wash my
over the
hands.
past 15 years,
She's like, I just say it.
I just said it, but you know when you so you see you doing it, when somebody else do it, you still gotta say it.
But also homeowners. So one of the things that we
Black
did
is the black
over the past year and a half is that we pushed out $10 billion to states and to cities and counties to build.
This workout shit is so fire. That room.
The first infusion
I was right there.
and the folks are familiar with housing vouchers. The first infusion of
Another
housing
one.
vouchers in the past 30 years.
When they find that do that, they probably just
I mean, took it even further. The Vice President just a couple of weeks ago announced in our home ownership work, the Vice President announced that we are actually going to reduce some of the upfront costs to getting a home if you're doing your business with FHA and with HUD. And this is historic. This has never been done before, and I'm gonna give
I use that shot. That was fire.
mortgage insurance.
Hey, man, you know,
This right here is fire. I use this. I use this shot right here.
To make sure that we can.
I wouldn't even pay attention.
It's a money shot right there.
Some of the impacts of.
It was so long.
This type of shit I do.
It was so long.
This what I do.
Right now. So,
It
and
was
that's.
so long.
Fire. I see. It's fire.
But we did stop there. We
I was like, if I do this long, it's gonna cut it. He gonna be like,
So we did something that also has to be done.
I wasn't even paying attention if I see it. Hey, he got no lady junior. He trying to pay attention. He trying to see something.
We use a positive rental history towards looking at what your rates would be and qualifying. And we know that student debt has been factor with getting homeownership access as well. And so we changed our calculation of how we look at student debt to make sure that if you're creditworthy and you have the money to pay the mortgage, that your student debt wasn't holding you back. So we're doing everything that we can, tactical things, common sense things, that we hope is making a difference. We are working more closely with HBCUs so that they can become our housing counselors. So HUD has what I like to call an army of housing counselors. If you want to buy a home and you don't know where to start, you don't have a parent or grandparent, we have housing counselors in every single country that you can find.
Gotta be a late night.
To help you get your first home. We did stop there.
Oh, you good, you good, you good.
One of the things that the Vice President learned was that there's this thing called appraisal bias. And if you have a home in a Black neighborhood, it's very likely that your home is appraised at 20% less than if you have
That's
a
crazy.
home in a white neighborhood.
That's crazy.
This is the president and vice president,
You gotta watch that
Secretary
storm.
Fudge and Susan Rice, who is the director of something called the Domestic Policy Council, said, we can't have this. And so they have worked together as a task force, leading a task force across the entire federal government to document what's happening, but also lay a path so that it doesn't continue to happen. And so I encourage you to go to our website. For those of you who are in this housing space, go to our website and look at the work we're doing there. But that wasn't enough. Many of you know the Fair Housing Act. Many of you know that if there's a bad actor, somebody who's discriminating against.
I love that shot when you go behind them. I love that shot when you go behind them.
It's not just
Bless your fire.
of the Fair Housing Act that in its
I made that my establishing shot. That might be my
has never,
signature.
ever been
I
actually.
did pass the short like that. I was
Something that's
like,
called affirmative furthering.
I was like, that's the shot.
And what that means is that, yes, they're bad actors, we're gonna take care of that.
He says that you
But they've been bad actors for forever. So what are we going to do to reverse some of the very destructive things and systemic things that happen with the bad actors that have been around for forever? And so we've created a proposal that will push states and cities and housing agencies to reverse this. And if there are things that are happening in their communities that are discriminatory in their systemic sense, evidence that they have to come up with their ideas on how to reverse that. And we're gonna hold them accountable. And if they don't do the right thing, they don't get them under control. So that's a powerful thing. There's a rule out there, a proposed rule out there right now that we're trying to respond about our ideas on how we're going to really embolden this country to reverse course. One of the things that HUD does that many people aren't aware of, and I'll begin to wrap up here, because this piece is personal, is the work that we do in terms of disaster recovery. You know, we're getting hurricanes, tornadoes, wildfires, and flooding more than ever. And who is impacting the most are the folks who are least able to not just be prepared for the storm, but to recover from the storm. It is impacting Black and brown people more than any other population in this country. And HUD is the disaster recovery agency. We do a lot of work with FEMA. They're in there day one. They make sure that people are gonna be okay. But then HUD shows up.
All the batteries, all the fat batteries. That's none of the fat batteries.
Bad batteries.
It's always good to have it though, just in case. Still looking for them.
Places in Florida, New York, and California. How do we
It's good to overpack than not to underpack. You be here looking crazy.
states and cities to show those?
We know what we need now.
This is personal for me because I'm
4
an
terabyte hard drive.
Oh yeah. I'm running out. I got no more room.
I
So my
put
own
things
family, that's sorry. My own family has been unhoused because of disasters. So I understand the trauma that comes when people can't go home. And so I encourage you, if you're in a presidentially declared area right now, to pay attention to how this one is passed. When there's a meeting, show up. When people are asking for advice, give it. Because it's only through your eyes and your actions that we are also making sure that the money is spent the right way. Look, you know, the secretary told us we need to be smart in how we invest and send it to people. The vice president has told us that it's the people who actually matters the most. And it's our president who insists that everything that we do happens from the bottom up and the middle out. And that's why I'm so proud to not just be your deputy secretary, but to serve the administration way my uncle works, I think. Yes. Thank you all for what you do.
To serve administration at work, the Biden administration, right? It's the Biden administration. Yes. I just had to check and see if you guys are paying attention. What administration is it?
You love that fight.
What you said? Obama Biden, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Obama Biden.
We're taking
Obama. Like Obama Jr. I met Andrew Young. He said Biden gave $6 billion on campus holding.
Oh, it is. Oh, it is. Enjoy it. Yeah. That's why.
Thank you, Deputy Secretary of HUD, Adrian Thomas, of the Joe Biden administration, the 46th President of the United States of America. Just, okay, I got a trivia question. What number is Obama? That's right, that's some people so on it. Count that, right? But it's so interesting. It's so interesting. The Deputy Secretary talked about, and I picked this up. She said, you know, they lost ground with the last administration. Let me say this, and this is a fact. We had more black homeowners in this nation during the Clinton years than any other administration. The banks found out, the banks that are now in trouble, right, found out that we were buying homes during the Bush years. And they played with those loans, right? Creating a lot of foreclosures. So guess what? Now, we are, as black people, as a community, are at the numbers, at the rates and percentages of home ownership like in 1968, when the Fair Housing Act was put into place. And that's a sin and a shepherd. So that's why it's important to talk about housing. Ownership is power. Don't let them tell you it's not. Ownership is power. So now, I believe we're gonna have a musical interlude of images. We're gonna start to get into this program. Sister Powers of the South. You know, we are proud of the South. We are in the South. Alabama. Oh, before we do that, we have a challenge. The Entrepreneurship Challenge, that's right. BWR Take It to the Top Entrepreneurship Pitch Competition for Finalists, hosted by DC Marshall, Senior Advisor of Black Women's Roundtable Top Challenge, followed by the Sister Power Circle. Come on to the forefront, DC Marshall.
Hello. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. It has already been a day, just like Black women. Don't we do it all? We're gonna pray. We're gonna have a word. We're gonna do business, and then we're gonna get this shmoney. Say shmoney. Y'all wrong, because that's not even a word. See, that's what I love about us. But we are in this together. Well, good afternoon, everybody. So now we move to the part of the program where I am going to share or introduce you to one of the programs of Black Women's Roundtable. How many of you are here with the Take It to the Top Entrepreneurship Challenge? Just raise your hand, clap. A round of applause for, okay. And so allow me to share briefly, and then I'm going to bring up some ladies because we are going to have a pitch competition. Say pitch? Okay. And so the Take It to the Top Entrepreneurship Challenge is actually the Black Women's Roundtable presents Take It to the Top National Challenge and Pitch Competition. And this is a competition for ideapreneurs. Say ideapreneurs. And ideapreneurs are those who have either an idea for a business or they have launched that business within the last year, say 1 year. And so that is what this challenge is about. The Black Women's Roundtable has a heart for Black women and girls, say Black women. And one of the things that Melanie Campbell is passionate about is not just advocating and not just creating seats at the table, but also about our economic empowerment, about our ability to do well financially. And so that's what this challenge is about. Where can you go with either an idea for a business or having started a business in the last year and be able to pitch without a lot of red tape? Because you all know that when we go to apply for funding and we go to look for opportunities, there are oftentimes a lot of barriers. Yes or yes? Y'all know. Certainly there's process, but a lot of times those systems and opportunities have left us out. And so that is essentially what this challenge is about. And so what we're going to do is we have the finalists here for the challenge. We have judges who are leaders. And as we start this challenge, I'm going to introduce the categories. The ladies who are competing in the challenge are going to come up, and they're each going to pitch their business. These are women who have gone through a process. They have submitted a business plan. Say business plan. A business plan for the first category. They met the criteria. Now they're going to come up and pitch. They joined us yesterday, and we're going to ask you to stay here with us. And so here's the deal. I'm going to need y'all to deliver on this. So this is a Shark Tank-like initiative, or at least that's what Melanie Campbell said initially, right? The format looks like that, but y'all know this? It's not a Shark Tank. What is it? It's a love tank. There's no sharks here. Yes or yes? This is a room of empowering other women. This is a room of love. Yes or yes? Y'all, listen, I done told them this. Y'all have to deliver for me, okay? Is this not a love tank? It's an empowerment space. Yes. It's a love tank, an empowerment space. You're cheering for Black women-owned businesses. Yes or yes? All right, so a round of applause, and we're going to start this competition. I want to let you know our judges in the room. Round of applause for Janice Mathis. Raise your hand if you could please stand. Judge number 1. Judge number 2, Letitia Daniels, if you could stand up and just wave to the room. And then the beautiful queen herself, Avis, actually, sidebar, y'all can see her offline. You run a business, you probably need her. Avis DeWeaver-Jones, can you just stand up? Judge number 3. And then our leader of the judging and the review panel, none other than the Tamika Ramsey. Stand up. All right, she's over there. She's already working. All right, and so I'm going to begin. Can we get a little bit of music in the room? And I'm going to bring up our first in category 1 for the Black Women's Roundtable presents the Take It to the Top Entrepreneurship Challenge. Competing for, you ready for this up to? You ready? $25,000. Yes! And so, Nicolette, it is on you. Please come to the stage and a round of applause for contestant number 1.
Greetings, everyone. Thank you for your attention. I'm here before you today to knock on your hearts and your capital pockets. My small business, Sesame Technologies. There are 4 stanzas, 4 sections to my story. 2 sets of questions, and an invitation, and a freebie. Today, you get to check out our game studio at Sesame Technologies Game Studio from Tunnel DC, our breast cancer progressive web application. First set of questions. There's an after that. We've all heard that statement. But how many of us have actually was made to empower or disempower you, your family, and our Black communities. If these acts are actually made to empower us, why is it that for Black women, the death rate, the mortality rate, the low survivorship is twice as much as that of our white counterparts here in the United States? The rates are even higher abroad. If these applications are made to empower us, why do the rates continue to increase? For death rates to decrease, for access to increase, for barriers. That's your left pocket. Right pocket. Do you know you have a twin? Do you know you have a twin? Your parents have lied to you. You do have a twin. It's called your data. And today, it's sitting in systems, siloed in data centers in the United States and globally. And you know what? Many actors, stakeholders, industries, corporations are profiteering from that data. And our communities are getting 0% of the profits that come from the data that they are trading that's coming from Black communities. Today, I'm here to ask for partnership and investments to turn that around. My name is Nicolette Glassman-Margarite, the founder and CEO of Sesame Technologies, a technology startup operating from Germantown, Maryland, leading a health data revolution, starting with breast cancer through a progressive web application and promising physicians to scale to other cancers, prostate, kidney, colorectal, and other diseases. If we receive the funding from you today, we will do 2 things. The first thing is to build out our game studio, and the second thing is to finalize our virtual reality experience that we're partnering with Carnegie Mellon University. That will help us to aggregate preliminary data that will support us, as Ms. D said here, to be competitive. Thank you.
We have a question from the judges. One question.
Oh, yeah. 3,200.
Is that mic number 1? Can we get mic number 1 on for the judges? All right now.
It's on now. Thank you. Can you explain about the Gaming Center, how it collects data, and in what ways it helps them through that data collection to inform in a way to help people in terms of mitigating the health disparities, as well as helping Black communities profit from the data brokering that you mentioned?
So the collection that we utilize on currently templates, we partner with providers that help to integrate data into the space, and from that we utilize artificial intelligence to build digital twins, bringing data ownership back to the user. So the providers integrate the data, and the data is associated with the user like myself. And so I have the power then to be able to trade out this data to either researchers, to any entities or institutions that are looking for data associated with Black people. And so that's how we put the power back in our hands, where it's not being utilized to advance the tenure of researchers at these academic institutions or these biotech companies, but actually the attribution is coming back to our communities.
All right, thank you so much. All right, a round of applause. Did you have another one? Okay.
Your idea is intriguing. I wonder how you envision a marketplace for the individualized data brokerage.
And 30 seconds, because we're out of time, so you have to be brief.
I envision it growing through blockchain, and so individuals actually having their own accounts that they can trade this data through,
that is locked specifically to them and that they can pass down to generations. So it also actually builds a generational wealth.
Thank you. Thank you so much. A round of applause. All right, we're gonna go to number 2. All right. Y'all still with us? Do you love this? Are you inspired? All right, I want you to give a round of applause. Her name is Karen Hunter, Logan Mentors. A round of applause, and we're gonna have 2 minutes on the clock. I'm sorry, 3 minutes on the clock.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Mom, not the sound of that. So first of all, I just want to say it's so great being here because I love community. That's just something I want you to know about me, is that I love community. And with that being said, I just want to tell a quick story to you. So in 2019, there were nooses being hung outside of the high schools in Northern Virginia. And I mean, anybody who was in the DMV area might have heard about some of these stories. But specifically in Loudoun County, it was so bad, the residents, that they ended up having to compile an equity report, and we ended up discovering a lot of things that had never been talked about before. So some of those things were that there was a 10% difference in the graduation rate of Black students and 30% graduation rate difference for Latino students compared to white students. There was a 40% difference in the amount of Black and Latino students who were graduating with an advanced diploma as opposed to a standard diploma. And then, worst of all, there were all of these reports about these students being called the N-word, being told all kinds of negative, racist things. And what came of that was that in 2020, I ended up creating a mentorship organization called Loudoun Mentors. And it was just a basic mentorship organization. We were connecting underrepresented students with mentors that look like them. I reached out to all of these alumni, and essentially, I started thinking a little bit more. We saw so much success with the organization. We saw students who were finally talking about community and reveling in community, that I wanted to see what this looked like at a grander scale. So I present to you New Mentors, which is an organization that is going to teach people how to be able to build alumni-based mentorship organizations in their school systems across the United States. We want to be able to give people the tools to reconnect with their communities, for mentors to be able to come from people who are already a part of that community. So I asked, if I'm awarded the money today, I want to be able to use that to expand my organization. I want to be able to create resource packets for schools. I want to be able to create an alumni database. And so I say invest in this, invest in alumni, so we can invest in community and continue to be women in power. Thank you.
All right, do we have questions from the judges in 1 minute or less?
Yes, so my question is, when you say alumni, are you speaking of alumni from the high schools, or you're going to connect alumni from the high schools that you're teaching, that you're in right now, and then connect them to students?
Yeah, so again, what started in my org with Loudoun Mentors was that we were reaching out to 200 alumni. That was something that hadn't been done before, was that all of these students were experiencing things, but they didn't have any connection to the people who had graduated, the people like myself who lived in Loudoun County, and I lived through the same racism, but I also felt disconnected from the school system that I never got to get back and look back.
Yeah, I gotta put this up.
So seeing how invaluable, that alumni partnership was, specifically for underrepresented students at disability, I wanted to be able to use specifically that alumni multicultural-based mentorship. And yeah, we would be just helping them to build out and reconnect with their alumni.
Yeah, the two look at this one. Look funny, right?
For us, it's virtual. So
better?
Yeah. So there's some, but expanding would also make it so that it could be, nationwide, across the country.
Change the game.
All right.
Nah, saturation. Yo, switch. Pay attention, bud. Yeah.
Okay, excited. We're gonna move on to number 3.
Just switch it, nigga.
In the tickets to top challenge, and the next, we present to you entry in.
Go back up. You look good, everything good?
My name is Marshall. anxiety and increase their confidence in the mathematics classroom. How many of you all have a child or grandchild or you know someone who is struggling in math today? Look around, there are lots of hands. That is not unusual. Actually, the research says about 1/3, 1 out of 3 students in grades 5 through 12 have self-identified as having moderate or high math anxiety. And as you know, math anxiety is negatively correlated to performance. And it is prevalent throughout. It can last throughout the high school years, it can last throughout adulthood. In fact, 1/3 of adults still have some level of anxiety when it comes to math. So just imagine how challenging it is to help your student or see your student struggle and you don't know what to do about it. Well, that's where my company comes in. I have created an innovative program designed to disrupt math anxiety, to help students learn the skills, develop the tools and strategies to understand the knowledge behind what's happening to them, and most importantly, to change their mindset around their learning and approach learning in a new way. I target specifically students in grades 5 through 12 and young adults entering the workforce. I work with families directly. I work with schools and organizations who also work with young people. My hope is, if I am awarded the funds, I am going to do 3 things. Number 1, I'm going to launch the program. It is ready, and I just need the opportunity to make that happen. I'm going to create a marketing strategy and to create a website. I bring to this space 27 years in education. I was a high school math teacher for 17 years. I taught everything from pre-algebra all the way to AP calculus. Like Xavier said yesterday, there is no time to be shy. And I will say, I was a highly effective high school math teacher. And I'm proud to say that. My students, they left my class and they had those tools. And I really, like, my favorite subject was Algebra 1, those students in 9th grade, because they came to me, they had negative experiences. And my goal was to change the way they approach their learning. So my ask is that you partner with me, families, schools, or organizations to support young people, and let's change and help students reimagine the way they learn.
Awesome, thank you, Sarah. Do we have one question? We have 1 minute for questions.
I do. Thank you for your presentation. What's your revenue model like? How do you sustain it over time?
Thank you for that question. I offer interactive group workshops directly to parents, and so they pay a fee for these workshops. I negotiate workshops for schools and organizations that support young people.
Thank you so much. All right, we're going to move on with the last for this round with Shonda Harris. Come to the stage. All right, gorgeous, it's on you. All right, give her some love. Give her some love.
Thank you guys for listening to me. Show of hands, how many of y'all love shopping at the beauty supply store? Did you know that in 2017, it was reported that approximately 3/4 of the 10,000 beauty supply stores operating in the U.S. were owned by Asian Americans? How many of y'all are not surprised? Can you guess how much of the beauty supply store customer base is Black? A whopping 99%. To reiterate, Asian Americans make up 70% of the country's beauty supply store owners. Hey y'all, my name is Shani, and I'm a 3rd-generation licensed cosmetologist and founder of Ani Beauty Supply Store located in Springfield, Virginia. 13 miles south of In 2020, I decided to relocate my hair extension business to the Springfield area. After I started servicing clients in the area, I quickly realized that there were no consumer-based beauty supply stores. Although I had the ability to buy professional products at the 2 licensed owned stores, I had nowhere close to refer my clients for products. Even I still prefer traditional beauty supply stores for certain items. That's why Ani Beauty Supply Store was created. Affectionately named after my firstborn daughter, Ani Beauty supply store started off as an idea of convenience and location, and we have now become a movement. The look on our customers' faces are priceless when they walk through the door and realize we are Black owned and our prices are good. Honor Beauty Supply Store embodies Black excellence. Don't believe me? Check the Google reviews. We intentionally seek out and stock our shelves with national and local Black-owned brands. We also showcase the national brands weekly at the front of our store and host pop-ups for the local brands monthly, which allows them to build relationships and connect with the consumers directly. We have provided products or baskets donated to women and children being housed at the House of Group DC, an organization that assists with homelessness, domestic violence, substance abuse, and more. Honor Beauty is currently working on collaborating with the Good Foundation, a newly developed nonprofit organization which brings awareness of domestic violence. Our participation with the Marines in their community outreach program resulted in partnership with 2 young men of color starting their own product line. Well, this is only the beginning. If awarded the funds, Honor Beauty will do 5 things. We will expand our inventory by continuing to seek out national and locally Black-owned beauty, holistic skin brands to stock our shelves. We will continue to create jobs even for our Afro-Latina sisters on the diaspora, bridge the language gap in Springfield because it's mainly Hispanic. We will continue to support causes that affect our community directly. We will continue to network with fellow Black beauty professionals by referring clients to them as they bring business to us, which the other people don't do. Honor Beauty will continue to circulate more of their $91 million back into our community because if one of us wins, we all win. Thank you so much for your time.
All right, we have 1 minute for questions. 1 minute for questions. Any questions? All right. Hi, this is a quick question. It sounds like an excellent idea. It sounds like you're already up and running. Can you give us a sense of roughly what your profitability is at this moment and how you expect that to be impacted once you receive additional funding for marketing? And other purposes.
Yes, our marketability is doing extremely well with word of mouth. We did have one of our clients come in and spread us out in the mom groups. We have pretty much almost doubled our sales within the 3 months that we have been open. A lot of people are finding out about us. We were in the news last week. If anybody saw Honor Beauty in Channel 9, we are thinking about moving the FBI to Springfield, the headquarters, and that will bring 75,000 jobs and people to the area. So we are looking forward to the growth.
All right. That's it. Thank you so much.
She won.
All right. A round of applause for category 1. Wasn't that amazing? Well inspired and encouraged to see Black women at the very beginning. All right, we're going to move very quickly to category 2. And so while we move to category 2, I want to just share again the heart of this organization and the work for all the sponsors in the room or the sponsors who are watching and streaming live. It's when you sponsor this organization, you sponsor organizations that are responsible with the dollars. And so that's a big deal. And so this next round is the heart of the president and CEO of National Coalition and the champion, Melanie Campbell. She wanted to find a way to do more for women-owned businesses. And so we launched a live opportunity. We said, hey, are you open to joining us here? If you live in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, do you have a plan? Do you want to show up here? We will give you an opportunity to bring your plan and to pitch your business right here on this stage. And so this next category are for women who showed up at this conference. They are from this area and they brought their business plan. And so now they're going to pitch. So this is category number 2. You have 2 minutes. So you're going to come on up. And our first one, let's see. You'll see their names on the screen. If you're sitting to the far back, they're going to introduce themselves. Carolyn is our first. So we're going to come on up, Carolyn. You got 2 minutes. Round of applause. I want you to give a round of applause. All right, and the clock starts now.
Good evening, love time. How's everyone doing this afternoon? By show of hands in the room, how many parents or mentors in the room do I have? By show of hands. Grandparents, mentors, moms, thank you. Are you a busy and overscheduled parent who like to save time and money when it comes to finding activities and programs for your children? We're here in love today. My business, the Resourceologist, does just that. My name is Carolyn Washington Solero, the founder of Resourceologist, located in the DMV. My company saves parents time and money looking for programs and activities for their children. We're currently headed to school in summers around. And 25,000. A little background about my business. I turn my passion into my business. I use my daughter as a testimony. My daughter is currently 16, and I started when she was 4 years old. My daughter had an opportunity to participate in many programs and opportunities. She did things such as learn coding. She did skiing. She played piano. She did guitar lessons. She did golf. She learned how to code using Python. She also had the opportunity to participate in 2 fellowships. And most recently, she has a fellowship with Amazon called TKS. Through these programs and activities, it has shaped her become a well-rounded young lady that she is today. And she too has started her business, Kids Tutoring Services, where she teaches young kids online how to speak Mandarin Chinese. Based on market research, this programming skill is still in high demand. The Resourceologist works with busy parents, providing them an intake form prior to a conference call, and I then return a report to you based upon the things that you asked me to look for your child. Currently, the Resourceologist is in the pipeline to be trademarked. Parents, stop wasting your time and energy and allow the Resourceologist to do the work for you. There is not another program that does everything in-house as a one-stop shop. When you go online and look for programs and activities, you click through Google, click by click by click. You come to Resourceologist, I take care of every category that you're looking for. Free events, performing arts, sports. I even have access to scholarships for kids in college or in high school. And funds are awarded to
Time up.
Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Round of applause. Round of applause for the Resourceologist. All right. We have 30 seconds for a question. One question for the judge. No questions? What are we going to do with the money? All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Carolyn. All right. And we're going to move quickly to our next contestant, Mildred Diggs. All right, Mildred, you're going to come up. Watch your time. Watch your time. Round of applause for Mildred. And the clock starts now.
According to the CDC, 4 out of every 5 Black women is considered obese or overweight. Hi, my name is Mildred Diggs. I am a registered nurse and a founder of Journey located in Montgomery Village, Maryland. With the compounding factor of the pandemic and high-level stress, many Black and Latino millennials are experiencing early onset of chronic disease, such as high blood pressure, diabetes, or because of obesity. In our customer research, we found out that Black and Latinos trying to make lifestyle changes has limited choices. They can either pay at a high cost a nutritionist who will incorporate their cultural background, or pay a lower cost for a wellness staff but has to eat only European diet. That means it is not sustainable. That's why I created Journey, a comprehensive wellness company that uses an app platform to give healthy recipes provided by our nutritionists and our chef, because we are no Black people like good taste. We also have exercise program that incorporate dances because we like to move. We create a program that is centered around our culture. If awarded this fund, a portion of the money is going piece for the design phase of our app, and the other portion is going to be for content. Remember, you are an individual. Your cultural preferences, they matter. So, let us support you on your health and wellness journey. Thank you.
Nice job. All right, we have time for one question from the judges. Anybody have a question? All right, thank you so much. All right, you can go right on up. All right, we have Hyacinth is coming to the stage, and we're gonna start the clock. All right, we're gonna start the clock, and now.
All right, good afternoon. So as professionals, our days are busy. We have businesses, jobs, church operations, community organizations, spouses, kids. Then you put on top of that all the household stuff that we have to do. So what would you do with an extra 4 hours a week? Studies show that doing laundry is one of the 2 most dreaded household chores. What if you could outsource your laundry to someone? What if you could have a luxury lifestyle manager? What would your life look like? And instead of spending all your time sorting, washing, drying, and folding, more time on your business, more time with your family and friends, or just more time with yourself? Self-care, hello? Well, I'm Hyacinth, the owner of the Laundry Basket LLC, and we are an on-demand, subscription-based mobile laundry dry cleaning delivery solution serving the Greater D.C., Maryland, and Northern Virginia area. What we like to say is we service the whole closet, because not only do we do next-day wash and fold laundry, we do mobile dry cleaning and alterations. We help you look. No more dirty clothes, no more broken zippers, no more missing buttons. But the problem is not only do people not have enough time to do their laundry or the desire, as our communities continue to urbanize, we're growing taller and not wider. So it's no surprise that some people don't even have access to a personal washer or dryer. So we solve these issues by providing an on-demand experience. And when we say on-demand, we mean you can wake up tomorrow and say, I want someone to come and do my laundry, and we'll be there. We're open 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. And we have a subscription model that we call our wash, rinse, repeat. So you just set it and begin it. So I'd like to give you a little bit about my journey. So during COVID, I went to one of my girlfriend's houses, and she had laundry all over the place. And I was like, wow. Now I have an MBA with my bachelor's in psychology, so sometimes I like to diagnose people. So I said, are you okay? Is there something that you need to talk to me about? And she said, girl, I'm fine. The thing is that I'm just too busy. I would rather buy new clothes than wash the clothes that I have. She said, I would pay for someone to come and do my laundry. So we laughed about it, but I thought about it. So after we got out of COVID, I'm thinking of my next thing. I said, okay, I'll start on the side hustle doing laundry for busy moms, but it's turning into something different. We have now a partnership with Comcast, and they've signed a 30-second commercial for us that airs for 90 days when their price change. We have a partnership with Southern Management Properties, and our service is present in the luxury apartments and hotels. We have a partnership with 2 local laundromats and private cleaners, so we provide pickup and delivery services that they don't have to incur the cost of staff. And we believe that everyone deserves to feel clean and fresh. So we partner with a nonprofit and provided laundry, clothes, and delivery to 2 local homeless shelters. If we received the honor of receiving this grant, we use it to wrap our 2 vehicles, invest in bag scanning technology, expand our CRM system, and hire additional team members. As an Army veteran, service is not what I do, it's who I am.
Time. We have time for one question. One question? No questions? Oh, no. Okay, no. So you should go. I'm gonna tell you what just happened. We're gonna need you to leave the stage. Let me tell you what happened. Tamika called it. Janice don't have a question. Janice wanna hire her. So just hire her. And they were quiet and not playing fair because they done shouted all over the room. I saw y'all back here. Wait, is that Holly? Holly is not playing fair. Holly fell out because see, they got laundry right there. All over the room. Right, girl, you got business. You don't even know business. Look, okay. There you go. Okay. Black women. She had y'all at. That wasn't fair. You got business in the room. Whatever happened, they need you to come today. Okay. Okay, we're gonna shh.
All right, and so we are, let me just see, okay, so now we're gonna move on to the next. So we have 2 more in this category. And let me just see, I am going to bring to the stage, I think I'm gonna bring you next, Raquel. I'm gonna ask you to come to the stage. All right.
Okay, buddy. Anybody did said anything better than that girl? Anybody did better than that girl?
I love Tank.
Lady just came over.
Crazy, black.
Everybody wanted her to hire her.
My name is Raquel Ochoa, and I am the founder and CEO of Raw House Essentials. Here at Raw House Essentials, we have 2 goals. First is servicing products and candles, and through also consulting, right? We use our 5-point piece framework because we're always stressed, we're always saying the world, and we always have something to do. Peace is an acronym for pause for a minute, embrace the moment, accept the challenge, commit to the vision, and engage the vision. So at Raw House Essentials, I offer consulting services to provide peace in mind, body, and spirit. Again, by way of candles, I have 2 candles at the moment, Sweet Sunrise and Deep Blue Sea, as well as an upcoming book that is coming out, which is titled, There Is Peace. And it's a memoir of my life story on how I've come from domestic violence and poverty and things that felt impossible to overcome, to be standing in this room among so many powerful dynamic women. Reverend, you spoke about earlier about restoration, and I feel like this moment is my restoration moment because this business is my heart and soul, and it has taken, the enemy tried to stop me from coming here today, and I am here. And it is just, they are hand poured with love, with prayers, with medicinal herbs on the top of them, and it's just a heart and mind and soul that I pour into it. Today, I am seeking $25,000 for editing services, as well as publishing, marketing, and being able to expand my brand to giving, truly giving peace at one home at a time. Thank you for the opportunity. I welcome you to ask me a question, and I'm just so grateful to be here in this room. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. All right, we're gonna have Tracy Johnson to the stage. We're gonna put
shit way easy, huh? The future of your evil face.
Right, round of applause, and then we're gonna start the clock, and the clock goes now.
I'm gonna jump in right into it. My name is Tracy Johnson, and I'm a disruptor, passionate about equity and dignity for commuters. So I'm the founder of Smart Mobility Experience. And what Smart Mobility is to take a look at what the future of public transportation can look like. So there's a $1 trillion bipartisan bill that has just been passed. Most of that money, or a lot of it, is earmarked for public transportation. Who rides public transportation? I'm going to tell you, COVID told us 56% of commuters are women. 40% of commuters are African Americans. How is that money going to trickle down to our community? How do we know how to use it? It's time for us to stop being just commuters, but to also be manufacturers and products and services that will help to determine what public transportation will look like. So I produced the first Smart Mobility Experience right here in National Harbor, and then I branded the Smart Mobility Experience as an HBCU tour. And I went about trying to raise $2 million to go from Florida all the way up the East Coast to Morgan State. And let me tell you, I could not get anyone to sponsor us and help us. So let me tell you what the technology is. We were introducing an autonomous vehicle. We were introducing a smart transit bus shelter. We were introducing smart technology. They looked at me, I felt like Angela Bassett at the Oscars. They're like, you're not the right person, you're not the right gender, you're not the right color. How dare you come in here asking us for money to talk about public transportation? Well, I'm here to talk to you, my sisters, to ask you, because with $50,000, I have
pivoted, and I'm asking you to be a people legacy partner and come with me. Pick up one of these.
Okay, then you're disqualified, ma'am. You can't do that. All right. Okay, because I'm already over here in the corner with the president and founder. All right, other folks have to come. Come on up, man. Yeah. So that would be it in category 2. It's just about it's just about being mindful, because if I take more time, then Avis doesn't get time. Do you see? If I eat up somebody else's time, then somebody coming behind me. So it's great, it's wonderful. We thank you, Tracy, but we're gonna have. All right. Okay.
Soul train, where you been? Soul train, where you been? I've been planting seeds and I'm back again. Planting seeds and I'm back again. Good afternoon, beautiful people. I am Stephanie McGill. I am the lead conductor of the Soul Train, brought to you by Omni Enterprises.
Okay.
It's a pleasure to be here today. The Soul Train is a sustainable outdoor learning experience, and I provide training and recreational activities in nature. In case the grid, something happens to the grid tomorrow, I need RCs to learn how to grow and grow strong. So I put this together because, like, in the interest of Harriet Tubman, I want our people to be free to explore and enjoy this world. Okay? So I come to you today with a revolutionary idea. It's a business model like no other. It not only helps the economic crisis, but it also addresses the social crisis that we all know that we play with in this country. I would like to take the youth and train them in the way that they should go. Omni Enterprises started by myself and my children because we had nowhere else to turn but to our ancestors for direction. And we built off of their strength and their courage that they had when they sacrificed themselves to make sure that we had a better life to live. And we all know that that's true. I appreciate that, and I am here as the next generation to hold that torch, so the generations to come can build generational wealth. So what I do is I go into the communities and I started a cleaning business with nothing and offered it to seniors and people in my community that needed help. It was very successful, and I want to see everybody on the show. Thank you very much.
All right, this is the last one, and just so you know, the last 2 individuals, they participated in yesterday's training, and so they weren't actually part of the competition, but they wanted to because they came yesterday. We allowed them the opportunity to finish. So while you see some had business plans and they were prepared, the other 2, or the few of these ladies, really just wanted the opportunity to present in front of you. Does that make sense? All right, and so we just encourage them. This is the last one, and then we're going to wrap. A few minutes, young lady.
She got 2, everybody else had 3. She got 2, everybody had 3.
Greetings, everyone. 早上好，我叫苏慧。Hello, my name is Henry Solaro, and I'm a 16-year-old influencer, innovator, and international trendsetter. I'm a CEO of Solaro Global Education, doing business as Historic Services, and I came here today to talk about the importance of global citizenship and furthering my initiatives for students worldwide. Let me clarify that my journey began way before 2022 when I created a community initiative for global citizenship through language learning and to help students learn subjects better in school and to help their peers in their environment. Classes are currently conducted on Zoom and are catered to students in grades K through 12 and are led by passionate tutors. I plan to hire who are students currently K through 12 that will be certified and trained. I am proud to say that my business is a 4 kids, 5 kids module that is implemented in my business in order to create a safe and well-connected environment within my business. At Kids Tutoring Services, we believe that learning a new language is more than just memorizing. words and grammar, but it's also about opening up to different cultures, making new friends, and becoming a global citizen, contributing to our community and contributing to our world. My vision is an intricate platform allowing students globally to learn from one another, not only another language, but also another subject, by creating a positive impact in society and encouraging students to embrace language learning, the importance of global citizenship. I believe that it's never too late to learn a new language, thus I am committed to help kids achieve their full potential. Thank you. With Watergate funds, I would like to create the platform, attend business trainings, and invest in marketing so my business has more exposure.
16. Let's talk big shit.
All right, we are complete, but I want to do one thing while we transition. So I want all of the ladies to take your final bow here on stage. So will you each grab this, and I want you to hold and come quickly, and then I'm gonna hand this back over to April. Come on up on the stage, and I want y'all to share this. And I want to wrap this. In fact, I want to, would you give a round of applause for everybody who participated? I want y'all to share and hold it together. Whatever photos you want to take. Everybody, ladies, can you hold for just a second? I want y'all to hold this together. Hold it together. Because somebody, hold it together. No, hold it together. Because this is what sisterhood looks like. This is what support looks like. Come to the center of the stage. And so we had two categories. And once the judges deliberate, they walk away. And this evening, the president and CEO of National Coalition on Black City Participation is going to announce the winner for two of these categories. And so these ladies, you see the amounts, but there's no name because Melanie is going to trust Tamika Ramsey, Janice Mathis, Avis Weaver, and Letitia Daniels to tell us, based on the business plan, based on the idea, based on the impact, and based on the pitch, who do we identify or recommend get this seed funding? But for now, yes, come on, yes.
I'm sitting here watching all this. This was so amazing. My sister Candy Maker here. I'm telling you, black women like to wash clothes. We don't like to wash clothes, but you know, we do. No, we don't. But you know, I mean, tutoring is like $3 trillion business. All of this stuff up here is great. So, see, what I want to do as we close out, and for those who are judging, I think we should do, what is it, not a band, like, let's do a Kiki Shepherd. Should we do a Kiki Shepherd kind of thing? I think that's great. All right, so can I be Kiki?
You can be Kiki.
The black man, white man.
She is a plot twist. It's a let her do it. Okay.
First of all, before we start, guys, this was amazing. You didn't come. This is sisterhood, entrepreneurship. This is amazing. Melanie Trevor always has something special in her back pocket. So let's start. Okay. I didn't know there was a soul train. I mean,
what you got, Kiki? What you think? Because you biased. Let me tell you, you're biased for all of them. You like the soul train, the laundry, I need that, and the soul train, and the cancer treatment.
Well, okay, let me say this. I think each and every one of you are spectacular. Appreciate what you're doing out. Because all of us have a dream that's inside, and you're trying to birth that dream. And honey, I hope that 9 months of gestation, that water breaks, and it comes to this and all of that. But I'm serious. I think all of you are winners. The question is, the judges will pick. But once all of you are winners, just by putting yourself out there to present your idea and dream. And this doesn't, if you do and you don't, this is not the end. Keep pushing. What did I say last night? You continue to sow that seed, what that harvest comes up somewhere. Please keep pushing.
All right. Did you know last thing, there's a mother and daughter duo here. Did y'all know that? Our one 16-year-old, raise your hand, the 16-year-old.
Oh my goodness.
So she's genius because of the mother. Remember, she's the resourceologist. Y'all remember that? All right.
Wait a minute. That's not fair. That's not fair. They got monopoly on it. So if one wins, the other one want to get part of it, or y'all is going to split, or you're going to share this. All right.
So we are complete. So how this goes is Melanie is wrapping us up to complete to release you all, and then tonight she's going to make the announcement. But this allows the judges to wrap their notes, and then Melanie is going to announce tonight. So thank you for your flexibility. Thank you for bearing with us, but we just wanted to make sure that you all were here. So again, a round of applause for business owners and for any sponsors in the room. Sponsors in the room, we need more so we can give more. When you give it to NCBCP, she's gonna do more. All right, so photo op and we're complete.
All right, so as they're doing the photo op, let me tell you something. This has been such a spectacular afternoon from Reverend Zena here. Judges, come on up, all the judges. Come on, Queen, with your queen dress. We went on the website looking for that jacket, couldn't find it. But let me say this, everyone, we have a whole program planned, but because of the spectacularness of the hour and so much information, we have to move the rest of the program to this evening, okay? So come back this evening, you'll find out who won. You'll also hear more to uplift you, to keep on fighting on. But with that, we're going to take this picture and we're going to bid you adieu till this evening, and I'm going to give it to Melanie Campbell. Thank you for loving me up. Thank you. This is a pleasure being with you for these last 2 days. And I'm going to give it to my sister friend, Melanie Campbell. Thank you. Can we give D. Marshall? Yes. And Tamika, and David, and Janice, and Letitia, all these wonderful sisters, entrepreneurs, entrepreneurs, and our hostess of the mostest, April Ryan. And so I'm going to say to you ladies, always promise to keep your be support break. And so I thank all of our leaders for understanding all of the movement, because you all have been the ones that's been patient. We're gonna have some fun tonight, get cute for the Sisters Award. Now, spread the word. You don't have to wear white. You don't have to what? We're having a white affair, but it's hard to find white. Wait a minute, she did last night. She did. We got this all now. White over here, you can go over here. It was a great idea in theory. But wait a minute. You can go over here and find that. Wait a minute, but this one, come up here. So let me say something. Last night, I know Kira said, I'm saying, if you want to wear white, you can try, okay? This one last night, she ran up the road. She said, I'm coming back to get you. I said, but you know, she said, I'm going to shop. I said, you're not going to make it back. But see, she back to shop anyway. Well, wait a minute. She got this fly white outfit. I'm not going to tell you from that store that sells clothes to preachers' wives. But she got an 80% off, and she showed me this is my white outfit. So she did it like 20 minutes. You have it. If you don't not show up. You don't Black Roundtable. There's a Black Roundtable. Don't roll like that. So it's like, honestly, you wear white, wear the white. It is a hard time. I had a hard time. I did find something, but it was hard to good idea here. So wear whatever you want, make you feel good. You're gonna have a great time. And get cute. Is that all right? All right? And so we will start. Our goal is to start sharply at 7:30, so that we will give you all the things. We want to hear from all of our groups and our viewers tonight. We're gonna make it fun like we had planned to do Wednesday night. There's no heaviness, don't stress out about it. We got enough video to show the work. This is about you being able to just continue to reflect. And we're gonna have the Black Roundtable conveners, Black people leaders, and our
But we don't want to.
You just switch it, nigga. Don't watch me.
You were saying so too.
Nah.
We're gonna get you all, whoever needs to, we'll get a couple of day rooms for you all to just go chill and relax and join us tonight. But we don't want you all to have an empty room when we announce. So I know that wasn't the plan, it was supposed to be.
These ladies are excited. They
Is that all
appreciate
right,
it.
ladies?
These ladies appreciate
Okay.
the presentation.
And
We'll
we
give
have
you
you
back.
back. You can relax.
Raise your hand to say you're coming back. We're gonna hold you to it. All right, for those who didn't raise your hand too, because you coming back. We'll make-
Okay, we're gonna take a photo.
Everyone take care of yourselves.